Welcome back. The new Life Rehoboth Church helps Bronx families discover hope and find the empowerment to be able to win in life with their Life Recovery Group. And joining us now to tell us a little bit more about the details of the Life Recovery Group is the senior pastor of the new Life Rehoboth Church, Pastor Antonio Ramquar. Thank you so much for being with us.
Man,
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be on the show, and I'm glad to have this opportunity to talk about this. You know, it's something that we believe wholeheartedly. As a church, we believe that the first ministry, before preaching, before teaching, before pastorship, the first ministry is family.
Right.
So that's why we have an identity in our church that, man, family's first. If ministry is going to affect that, it's got to be stopped. Why? Because the family has to be, healthy. And if any place gets hit the hardest is urban culture. We see it over and over and over that, man, people come from different places. They come and New York is a shocker. It becomes a rat race. What do we see happen? Mom and dad has to work 2 jobs. They're not around to support the kids in homework. They're not around to just give them the regular support that they need as a family. And what happens? You start seeing that decay. The kids get involved in other things. They lose their influence. And the influence that attracts them is not the positive influence anymore. So our goal is to really try to bring life back into what was the biggest and the best thing that ever happened is family.
And so when you look at families, particularly in the Bronx area, what are you seeing as the predominant need in terms of a church trying to fill that gap?
I would tell you that the biggest need that the church can fill is providing the resources and the guidance. Because here's the thing, I can give you all the information, but what do we see a lack of? Implementation, right? We have so many programs going on and less people being able to, disseminate it, break it apart, and actually use it for themselves. So we've seen that the church has to be the light that coaches and walks alongside and say, hey, man, like right now, for that parent that's watching and just, hey, I'm going through a struggle. We want to tell you, you're doing a great job. You're doing better than you think. Keep sticking at it. It'll work out. You understand? And if you want a little help, reach out. It's nothing wrong in reaching out. The problem is we know all Bronx and New Yorkers, we don't talk to each other.
Right. It's a huge pride factor.
Yeah. If I want to train and somebody smiles at me, what are you looking at me for?
Right.
And back in the days, it wasn't like that. We had that proverb so strong in our hearts. It took a village to raise a child. And we believed in that. We knew our neighbors. You could knock on a neighbor's door and ask for salt. Right? Yeah, if your kid was doing something wrong, you know your neighbor saw you, that was it.
Right.
But what happens is, in a time where we have so much communication, so much technology to bring us together, it's actually torn us apart. And we have created different avenues so that family can spend time together, like especially on the breaks. We gather in a school, and we use that platform because one of the things that we're realizing that some of the families that come out, their kids won't eat. Why? Because they eat school lunches. And now that the school's closed, what's going to happen?
No place to eat, right?
No place to eat.
Exactly.
I
want to talk about one of those avenues. You have a Life Recovery Group, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the Life Recovery Group, and who do you deal with?
So our Life Recovery Group is really we based off of something called Family Life, and what we do is we try to create different things. So I'm going to give you one of them. We call it single parent and dating. So what does that look like as a single parent? Your first relationship didn't work out. You have a kid. And now, how does that conversation look? We all know what happens to the child. That's not my dad. That's not the person I want to, no, you can't be with that person. And that causes what? Conflict and then eventually crisis. But what if we started to anticipate this prior? What if we gave you the tools to have the conversation with your child so that when the time comes, mom or dad can have a healthy transition into that? Right. So we have a workshop called Single Parent and Dating. Next one we have is addiction and depression. We have marriage and healthy couples. Why? Because we know. Here's the thing. Nobody wants to end up with a proverb. When you get married, there's a sign, just married. And most couples nowadays are like that. I'm just married. So I'm going through the motions. I'm playing the air guitar, but I'm not really enjoying every day. I like to think of it this way. For me, 2-day-old beans taste better than the first day. The second day soup tastes better than the first day soup, right? Because it's marriage. So in the same way, if I'm in marriage for like 10 years, I should start looking at my wife, man, you still the bomb. It should create something. And what does that do? every child, when they look at their parents and see how strong they are and how much in love with each other, it gives them self-confidence. It gives them a stability, and it's proven, it's statistical, right? So we see that a lot of the homes now are going in. The other one we have is called Smart Family, because that is a huge generation coming up. Smart families are blended families, which means people are remarried. How do you navigate now that my wife is Puerto Rican, I'm from Trinidad? What do? I have a different culture of raising kids, a way I do things. You know, back in the days it was different for me, but my wife is different. You know, I'll give you a close example. I tell people all the time, when my wife and I first got married, we had a hard time communicating because they were very closed, and I was used to all the family coming over, sleeping on the couch, hanging out, doing all these things, and it caused conflict. We never knew that we had to talk about these things. Hey,
and create some sort of a compromise.
Yeah, right. You know, or living single for how long? And then you just got married. And now you're still trying to live the single life by, hey, my boys, we're going to go hang out. But no, wait. How you going out? And, you know, you have all these little dynamics that people take and forget that what the scriptures say, the little foxes is what destroys the vine. And if we can try to really, man, just navigate those directions, those avenues, parenting, conflict resolution. Let's look at that for a sec, right? What was conflict resolution for you and me when we were growing up? I don't know how it was your home, but in my home, it was stop. Yeah. That's not conflict resolution.
Right.
Stop fighting.
Right.
So when we get into marriage or get into your kids, just stop doing this. There is no implementation of like, hey, let's fix this. Let's see why you're doing this with each other. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. So for people who want to get connected to Bronx Church, got a lot of a lot of things. I should say bronxchurch.org. That's the website where you can get connected. Now, for people who want to get connected to New Life Rehoboth, how do they do that?
They could go to bronxchurch.org. They can contact us on our phone number 917-383-8076. But mainly through the website, and everything that we offer, we always try to make sure it's free. Because we know what it is like to live in this. My wife and I are Bronx residents, and we know. We came through this. We understand the heartache and to not have financials just to help your own family. So we provide lunch, we provide childcare in every workshop, even in the services. We provide services and food for the kids when they come in, because to us it's really important.
Well, Pastor, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Keep doing the great work. Blessed families. Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to all of you.
That's it. Listen, I want to let you know the Life Recovery Group event takes place on Saturday, December 28th from 6:30 to 8:30 at the New Life Rehoboth Church located at 1375 Mace Avenue. Now, if you want more information, you can visit their website at bronxchurch.org or simply give them a call, 917-383-8076. Once again, 917-383-8076. Taking a quick break. We'll have much more right on this very special Christmas edition of Open.